think for so many years I had convinced myself, or almost convinced myself, that I certainly didn't need God, and there was no need for a Savior, no need for salvation whatsoever. Got to the point of over-intellectualizing what the church and what Christianity was about, to the point where I actually only could see hypocrites. That's all I could see.
For me, it was a case of being rejected by the church that I was affiliated with previously, my whole life actually. Feelings of always feeling guilty growing up as a child, like I never did things right, and I was never good enough. For a while, just kind of trying to do it on my own, you know, spending time reading the Bible, which was something that was never encouraged to me as a child or as a young adult growing up. So it was a case of doing it on my own, but constantly feeling this lack and this need to be part of a church faith community. So then I called and I found out a little bit about the church, and I said to Don, I said, you know, Don, I'd really like to go to this church. Will you go with me at least just once?
And I went reluctantly. And the minute during that service, as I saw what these people were totally Bible-based and not just wringing every piece of theological doctrine they could possibly wring out of every little page in the Bible, other than just simply reading the Bible. I really got excited just for a moment, and I felt some of what I used to feel back when I was a little kid with my grandmother going to church down in southern Missouri. It's about as basic as you can get down there.
When we were walking out, I was afraid to ask, but I looked back to ask him, well, what'd you think? And he said, we're coming back next week. And we've been coming back and coming back and coming back, and we love it here.
And when that little armor gets a little cheek in it, and you start to think, no, just a minute, maybe this salvation thing and this Jesus thing should be looked at again. And when I finally realized that I had been fooling myself all of those years, and it really was quite a sudden dramatic thing, that's all I could do. It was, you know, it was buy into it, sing loud, which I hadn't done in a long time in church, and found myself doing something kind of silly, and that's what my father did. And I was home.